What's good, people? It's your boy Mick, back with another quick, and I stress the word quick, tutorial from your friends at apuffaminute. Okay? So earlier this week I noticed that in one of my cigar groups that a lot of people were talking about the proper way to cut a cigar. Okay, and believe it or not, there is a proper and improper way to do this. And depending on your choice, whether you do it the right way or the wrong way, it will weigh in on how much you get to enjoy your cigar. Okay, now there's a lot of different ways to cut a cigar, right? Some people like the straight cut, some people like the V cut, some people like the punch. But before you can make that decision of which one you're going to use on your cigar, which tool you're going to use, first thing you got to determine is the ring size and the shape of the cigar. Now, we talked a little bit about ring size in an earlier episode. So if you still have questions on that, I'm going to ask you to go back and find that episode and watch it in its entirety. Okay, hopefully it will clear up some questions for you, provide a little insight in how to determine the size of your cigar, and especially that ring size, because it is important. Okay, so today we're going to focus a little bit more on the shape of the cigar. Okay, so now there's basically two shapes when you break down your cigar. All cigar shapes, I should say, really fall into one or two categories. They're either parejos, okay, which are like the straight cigars, right, have a rounded tip. Usually they have an open foot, right? And these are your parejos, okay? Chances are, if you're smoking a cigar right now, you know, it's a parejo, okay? But then there's the figurados, all right? And your figurados are a little bit more complex in the way that they're rolled. They'll have a little bit more shape to them, right? They can be pyramid shape, you know, they can have a torpedo end, like what I have right here. So it's a little bit more craftsmanship that goes into these. And, you know, therefore, you know, you're going to choose a different way. You're obviously not going to punch this, correct? So that's the determining factor. All right, so once you've determined the shape of your cigar, okay, now you have to decide, okay, which tool am I going to use? And like I was saying a little bit earlier, there's a lot of different ones that are out there, right? There is the double-bladed guillotine, right? That's a double-bladed guillotine right there. This is also a double-bladed guillotine, right? The double-bladed guillotine has the, you know, the blades on each side. You kind of just come in and snip to your cigar, right? There's also a single-bladed guillotine, which I don't have in front of me right now. Some people like the V-cut, all right? You got a V-cut, make sure you got a good V-cut. This is a cheap one, but make sure it's a good one, because V-cut could really mess up a cigar if it's not a decent one. There's the Perfecto, right? The Perfecto cut, which is basically a guillotine, but it makes sure that you don't go too deep. And what do I mean by going too deep? Let's talk about that for a moment, okay? If you pick up your cigar, all right, and in this case, I'm going to go with this this parejo. All right, you look at the, you know, at the head of the cigar, and you will notice that there is a cap. All right, what I mean by the cap, what the cap is, actually, it's a rounded piece of tobacco that's glued to the end of the head that holds on the wrapper. So if you look at that, you'll notice a distinct ring that goes around it. Okay? Most important thing, and this is where most people miss it, when you're cutting your cigar, all right, whether you're using a double guillotine, a Perfecto, or what have you, you do not want to go past that, right? Past that distinct line on the cap, right? So you just want to cut into the cap. And I'm going to use a double guillotine right here, right? And you don't want to go beyond that. And when you do it, you just want to have one quick, precise movement, okay? So I'm above the cap, right? I got it, and it's right there, right? So that bad boy is ready to go. Another tool that I didn't mention are cigar scissors, right? Cigar scissors are pretty cool, especially when you're talking about the figurados, right? Because all you have to simply do is cut the, you know, cut that tip off just a little bit, just so that you expose a little bit of the filler, and you're in good shape. But I'm going to use this other double guillotine real quick and just cut that tip a little bit. All right, just want to expose some of the tobacco right there, the filler tobacco, and that bad boy is ready to go as well. Okay, that's really all there is to it, guys, when you're cutting your cigars, man. Get you some good tools. Now, I got a bunch of tools up here, and as you can see, some of these tools are, you know, great quality. Some of them might be a little bit cheap because I'm just grabbing stuff as quickly as I can find it. But at a puff a minute, no, we recommend that you get yourself some quality tools, okay? Because there's nothing worse than, you know, using a dull guillotine on a good cigar and ruining it before you even get a chance to smoke it. Now, I even ran into a few people who, when all else fails, Clint Eastwood, that bad boy, used their teeth. We also don't recommend that at a puff a minute either, okay? But literally, guys, once you got it cut, that's all that's to it, man. We're not going to overcomplicate this thing. The only thing left to do is give it a hot foot, all right? However you like to light your cigars, man. Maybe we should do an episode where we talk about the different types of lighters that are out there, too. You know, we got people out there that want to use the butane lighters, people that are the purists who use a piece of cedar to light their cigars. We got people who like to use wooden matches and what have you. Whether it's a single flame or a multiple flame lighter, you know, this is a single flame right here, by the way. But once you give it a hot foot, man, you know, first you want to blow out, then you want to enjoy. That's all to it, folks. Yo, this has been your boy Mick with another episode, another quick tutorial from a puff a minute. Be sure to go back and find all of the episodes that we got out there, the Cigars and Conversations, you know, some of the reviews that we've done out there, and also these tutorials, which we're going to start doing more of these just to help the community a little bit, especially those people who are new to the cigar world. But again, your boy Mick, a puff a minute. Remember, we are not just blowing smoke. Peace, and I'll see you next time.